Is it working? It is. Greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. It's me, Toronto's greatest supervillain, and evil genius who needs to turn off his fan. There we go.
I thought you only turned on your fans.
I was like, I don't know how to respond to this. But yeah, so hello everybody. We are getting ourselves into playing. Oh, and Esteban is subscribed.
Yeah.
With the 34 months. Thank you, Esteban.
It's his birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's his birthday.
Esteban,
His
it's your
fan is
birthday.
turned on.
Happy birthday, Esteban. Excuse me. Sorry. I got all the little burpees. Hello, everyone. We're joined once again by Spooty Poots, and we're getting into playing ourselves a bit more of this here Final Fantasy. As we play on through the story mode. Femnices.
Yeah. Edit that
Yep.
thing you said.
I was like, can't throw a G into that one. It sounds bad. It's the wrong sound. Not the sound we want at all. That's bad. Oh! Sword and Unicorns rating us with a party of 16!
Ooh.
Unicorn
I
raid! Thank you so much for coming on out. We're playing ourselves some Final Fantasies. We're getting in. We're gonna try to catch up on the story mode. Figure out where the hell we are in the narrative, and banish the dark feelings as we move on. Behold, a herd of unicorns has arrived. Open the goddamn door. God damn, son! I don't know how long it's gonna be before the view counter actually acknowledges all these people, but we'll see.
After it stops counting it as raid people.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Or Minphilia.
Also, people who stream,
Yes.
Twitch is cracking down on people who use copyrighted music.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yep. I've been all over that for the last little while. Since I think it was like a while back, I used Long Tall Sally when I was playing The Legend of Zelda. And like Wind Waker, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hop on this fucking motorbike, and then I'm gonna ride the motorbike all the way into the castle, all the way up to the front doors, and we're gonna get in there and we're gonna mix it up. And I fucking cranked Long Tall Sally, and I rode the bike in, and it was fucking awesome. And somebody clipped it, and I was like, this is great. But then I immediately received a warning from Twitch being like, hey, you cannot do that. That is a not game music, so don't.
Yeah, so basically they don't care as much as long as they don't have evidence of it.
Yeah.
Like if you auto record your streams, which I know you do and I do,
Yep.
like to upload the whole thing on Twitch, then you're probably gonna get slapped.
Yeah, they'll come after.
But
you for it.
it's worse for clips.
Yes.
They'll actually they'll mute parts of a stream or just the whole stream if you have music in it in the VOD.
They did mute the entire stream, so that, unfortunate though it may have been, it's its own thing. Like,
They don't want to get slammed. I get it.
Like, it's not even that they're shitting on us, it's that they're trying not to get shit on by the music industry. So they are trying very, very hard to, like, put up a wall being like, we're gonna do what we can to stop people, and we're gonna crack down on it. We'll do better. Please don't sue our pants.
Yeah,
clean.
and I respect that. I've always respected that. There's only been a couple of streams where I actually put copywritten music in.
Yeah.
But I know some folks like just put up whole playlists in the background, like Cellrack does.
Some people do, yeah. But I was just like, nah, fam.
Nah.
Ugh. Does this also affect music under Creative Commons? I don't think so.
I think it's based on the Creative Commons,
yeah,
laws or whatever.
And I think that as long, like, the way that I've been getting away with it whenever we've been playing Total War is that we just play, like, any music that we want to play. It just has to be video game music.
Yeah.
That's it. Because, like, as much as they are like, oh, we'll crack down on people using copywritten music, blah, 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 like, this is a streaming platform. Like, I don't own the rights to fucking share my playthrough of Final Fantasy or any of the games that I've been playing. I haven't been cordially invited by any of the game developers to come along and fucking put on a show for them. But we just do, and they're just happy about it. And that's
yeah, because it's free advertising.
Yeah. Nintendo
that's where
took some time to catch on to that.
Yeah.
They went on this massive tirade for a long while, just like shitting on anybody who posted Nintendo games on YouTube and stuff until someone in their company was like, hey, that's free advertising? Maybe don't. And they were like, oh, yeah, right.
I wonder what that means for Fallout games and the game in-game radio. That's the last game that I got shit on for copyright.
Yep.
Like.
Actually, yeah, the music's gonna cut out just a real quick sec. I do apologize, as I just need to... There we go. I just needed to fix a thing with my layout. Whoops. Oopsies. There we go. Yay. Yay. We're gonna slam that out. Slap into a Slim Jim. Okay. Cool. And we got 23 people in here. And hello, everyone. It's good to have you all. When last we left off, we fought the great King Kubo. It's the Moogle King.
Good King Moogle-Mog.
Yeah, good King Moogle-Mog, 12th of his name.
May ever, should he reign.
Yeah, may ever his fluffy softness be resplendent. We have selected Regicide. Was the last one that we did.
I think.
Oh no, that's right. And then we did a little thing that followed after that because we all agreed that we were gonna move from the Waking Sands to another place that has a very similar name.
No raffle today, Doc.
And Envysor, no raffle today. It is a Sunday. I am very tired. I'm gonna put something up on Monday, though your views and donations are still appreciated. If you've been watching for at least 20 minutes, then you have the ability to donate money and get yourself some loyalty points. Some Daddy Warbucks, Daddy Wattbucks, which can be exchanged for tickets for our raffles that we're going to be having later on. And as a matter of fact, why don't we... there we go. We'll just turn that off. Because it's a very good point. We don't have a raffle today, so we should make that go away. Yeah. So yeah, all these guys were like, let's get out of the Waking Sands, let's move to a place that doesn't belong to any of the 3 major countries that we're helping. So they moved to a different place. But they weren't going to all move at once to Mordona. They decided to travel in small groups instead, which, okay, sure.
All at once would have attracted too much attention.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I suppose they have enemies and they need to, like, watch out for themselves. But in the process, though, all of a sudden, they were attacked by more people from the Ascian Order. One showed up robed in white and attacked everybody who was there, despite the fact that, well, he didn't attack anybody immediately. He showed up and was like, I'm a messenger, and then they attacked him, and he defended himself by nearly killing, like, a bunch of people, and then was like, fuck you guys, and then peaced out. We then followed him, and he was like, you followed me, and you survived all the trials of following me. Congratulations. And he was like, okay, cool. And I think that was it. They just identified that you were, because we have, like, the touch of Ra, or whatever the big, like, crystal thing is, because we have that, we're able to see him. Other people cannot perceive him due to this.
Don't worry, you'll have to go back to the Waking Sands again. And again, and again, and again, and again.
Good, Quad, I'm glad. Gonna go to more donuts. It's gonna be a good time. Elidibus was the name of this messenger in white, and he says that he is an emissary, an Asian emissary, and serves the same dark god as La Habrea, except he appears to bear us no ill will, and is basically saying that La Habrea is like an outlier, that as far as their order goes, he's just not great. Like, people don't like him, they don't trust him very much, he's very warmongery, etc. I think that's where we left it. Oh no, and then it was build on the stones, so then we all got into the new place, and everybody was like, cool, and then we did like a little celebration in the new headquarters, and everybody was happy about this. Cool. Oh yeah, and then they were talking about how the students of Baldesion are no longer responding to messages, fearing the worst. Minfilia bids the elf to do everything he can to determine the cause of their uncharacteristic silence. For the time being, however, the Scions have no choice but to continue their work without the aid of one of their closest allies. And the Baldesians, the students of Baldesion, are like a wizard college kind of group of people, I believe, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mage Guild.
Yeah. And then, Still Waters. During a recent audit, it was discovered that the crystal stores of Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have been covertly pillaged. Fearing that the culprits may have ties to the Amalgia, the Scions have agreed to assist in the investigation. Proceed to Horizon in Western Thanalan.
By the way, I
and
need you
report
to go to the
Y'shtola.
Waking Sands on the other side of the continent to pick up some milk.
Thank you, Eris, for putting a good flair on Quad's bits donation. Gotta pick up some milk. So then, like, there's some crystals going missing for some guys that I guess we know and care about, and so we have to go to Western Thanalan, report to Y'shtola. You find Y'shtola preoccupied and unwilling to converse at length, so we speak to Fufulupa, the brass... the brass blade leading the investigation to learn more about the thefts. Fufulupa informs you that a heavily laden carriage recently broke through a checkpoint on the Royal Allagan... Allagan? Am I saying that right?
Allagan. Yep.
Allagan Sunway. Convinced that it must belong to the thieves, he bids you share this news with Y'shtola forthwith. Though plainly unconvinced by Fufulupa's assertion that the incident at the checkpoint and the crystal thieves are connected, Y'shtola cannot wholly discount the possibility. Accordingly, she bids you to rendezvous with Thencrid in the eastern Thanalan where the carnage was said to be headed. So a big old shipment of crystals got stole. And a lot of people are sitting around with their fucking dicks in their hands about doing shit about it. Thencrid reports that the carnage was filled with Somnus. Oh, the carriage was filled with Somnus, not crystals. And that the coachman appears to have no ties to the crystal thieves. Although the brass blades are more than satisfied with the seizure, Y'shtola will likely not be so pleased. Return to Horizon and see what other information Thencrid has to offer. According to Thencrid, there is nothing to suggest that the Amalgia have come into the possession of significant quantities of crystals. As he communicates his findings to I'm gonna say that wrong. Oh god. And oh, okay. Via Link Pearl. I imagined that it was the rest of his name. You cannot help but wonder who is behind the crystal thefts and what their designs might be. Let's have a look at this video. No, Tonberry, if you need to take a break, take a break.
Now then.
Also close the window. I thought that I could leave it open today for a nice happy breeze, but that is not the case, as there are non-stop sirens outside. Now then.
I didn't hear any.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Okay, I was worried that that was going to be it, and I was going to be like, come on.
I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Ugh, very well.
Is she hot?
Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for
Literally,
one
is she
given to
hot?
such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
I like how his hat has tiny hats for his ears.
I'd want tiny hats for my ears.
Maybe. Okay. Rabbit person, I guess?
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled.
Huh.
We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
So they've come from across the sea, and they want to talk to whoever's in charge. Okay. The Mother of Exiles. How many? 2 for this one. We just gotta get all the way here. Okay. By way of Minfilia and, in turn, Thancred, Alphinaud has requested your presence in Vesper Bay. Report to young Master Levelure at the docks outside the Waking Sands. Alphinaud informs you that the travelers from the eastern nation of Doma have arrived in Vesper Bay not long ago, apparently seeking an audience with the rulers of Ul'dah. Believing that that they may have valuable information on the current state of affairs within the Empire, he is resolved to seek them out, and wants you on hand to ensure that all proceeds go smoothly. Why would... It's like, come with me to make sure there isn't any fighting. Really? Like, that's... Alright. Knowing how unaccommodating the Sultan Soren can be, he suggests beginning the search for the Royal Promenade in Ul'dah. And I imagine that may be where this picks up.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Domar, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Domar was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware.
What?
What?
The Garlean Empire. Lying within Othard. Oh, she's saying that Doma was... Okay, was under the occupation of the Empire.
When the War
Yeah.
of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms.
Oh, shit, so... Whoever's gonna succeed the Emperor right now is... Like, that fight is broken into a war of succession.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah, the Garleans are all
Only
fucked
to be
up about it.
crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
Oh. So their rebellion failed, and then they fled.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Oh, shit. Okay.
12 have mercy. And your people.
Quad's like, Hero of Light, I require your assistance. You want me to just stand around and frown at people when they say something we don't like? Yeah, pretty much. It works every time. Nods. It's like, Ah, yes, the Sultan Sworn. Unaccommodating assholes. Me, Esteban, the Sultan Sworn Paladin. Hey, Alphanote, go fuck yourself.
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors.
Oh, so they're currently in hiding.
Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so.
Smart.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Uldar are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Uldar is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
Yeah, you can do that,
This is within
Alphanote.
your power?
Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad that someone else in the room was like, you have that authority?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
Oh, you had better not be referencing me. Just like...
No, he's been up until this point he has been like talking with a bunch of the authorities and stuff like that, getting he's actually the reason why anybody cares about the Scions.
Oh, 'cause
like
he's been rubbing elbows with nobles and
yeah.
shit.
Absolutely.
Oh, fucking probably. I just think it's like, I got the ear of a few certain influential individuals. You had better not be talking about me. It's like, I am not. It's like,
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
Yeah, because you're a rabbit person. Are there rabbit people
I shall
playable
defer to
in
your
this?
experience, then.
Yeah.
I thank you for your understanding.
I guess you have to have the expansion in order to get the rabbit people?
Yep.
That's cool.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Wait a minute. Are there rabbit dudes, or is it only rabbit chicks?
In the lore, there are rabbit dudes.
In this game, you can only play them if you're playing female?
Yep.
That is a bit silly to me, but fine.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Oh, trust me. The fashion fantasy community is upset.
I imagine so. Well, because this is a lot like fucking Black Desert, where when people were like, "Can I be this and be a woman?" and they're like, "No, women are not fighters. Women are archers or healers. Men are fighters." And you're like, "Shut up."
Or witches.
Yeah, or witches.
Or sorceresses.
Like, can I be a wizard and not be an old man? They're like, why?
even with those naming conventions, it's like, yeah, I hear that snark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Oh no, women are witches and sorceresses. I'm like, first of all, who cares? That's awesome. Second of all, how dare you? because you're using that as an insult.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, women can only be witches and sorceresses and things. You're just like, fucking shove. Shut up.
Yeah.
I've spent years performing statecraft, so I might be able to help you. Macbeth, I killed a god. I just walk into a room and nobody can ignore me.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Alphino goes around saying, I'm with the group of people that has the guy that kills gods. And, like, that's how, like, really, that's how he's been getting around. Rubbing elbows with people.
That's how he's been rubbing elbows with nobles.
Basically.
By being like,
Yeah.
I'm very good friends with the guy who killed those primals. And then meanwhile, it's like, I ever hear you speak to me again, I'm going to shove you.
Yep.
I'm gonna push you off this fucking balcony. We're very good friends. Like, my favorite joke. Male Vera are not lore-friendly, they say, as they ride around on their Final Fantasy 15 car to go out and fight a Rathalos. Yeah.
Yeah, because Rathalos is in this game.
No, precisely. And it's like, if you're... It always comes down to that argument for me, because they're like, well, it's not lore-friendly. It's like, according to who? You invented the lore. The very lore that you are using to defend the decision to not have these guys on screen is the same thing that you invented moments ago.
They can put whatever the fuck they want in their game.
Yeah, like, you could have, like, a race of people that are giant pickles or something walking around, and it's like, you could just snap your fingers and there, it's lore. You could play Tonberries or Cactar or whatever those things are. Cactars, right? The little cactus people? Cactuars?
Yeah. Cactuar.
Yeah, like, you could make those playable fucking races if you wanted to. Understand that you are in full control of the narrative. So the it's not lore-friendly argument is the silliest goddamn thing I've ever fucking heard. We don't talk about the giant pickle people. Oh no, don't leave me with the guests, please. Smile politely and nod. I will kill you later.
The problem is that their lore is that male Vieira are so incredibly secretive that the female Vieira don't know where the fuck they are.
That is silly to me. I know, Tonberry. I know you would play one. I don't know what gave that away, but it's possible.
What? What? No.
What? No.
No. What?
Excuse me. Sensing an opportunity, Alphinaud approaches the travelers and offers his assistance on the condition that they first accompany him to the quicksand and explain their situation. Follow the party, and then you sit down. Lady Yugiri and the leader of the refugees explains that her people have come here, etc., etc. Supplies on the Dome and Galleon have run low, and Yugiri asks that you help her secure provisions. As proprietress of the quicksand and a proven friend to the Scions, Momodi may be the best person to speak with regarding this matter. It also so happens that a wealthy merchant recently canceled his reservation at the quicksand, leaving Momodi with an excess of foodstuffs. She offers to send them to the Waking Sands for redistribution and furnishes you with 2 letters containing the instructions for her supplies. Friduri. And Catherine, there's a real name, can be found at
Who the fuck is that? Not lore friendly.
Yeah, not lore friendly. Fuck. Who's this Catherine? Can be found at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. You deliver the instructions to the merchants who make no effort to hide their disapproval of Momodi's actions. Return to the quicksand and inform Momodi that the shipments are on their way. She's pleased to hear that the foodstuffs will be put to good use. Share the good tidings with Yugiri. So there is the, like, here's the busy faffing about that we're going to put in here to pad out the time a little bit and make it seem like he didn't just go away to talk to some people and then snap your fingers, it's immediately happened. Like, here's some things that you're doing while that conversation's taking place. Not long after you explain Momodi's arrangement to Yigiri, Alpha Node returns to the quicksand with more good news. The Domans have been granted an audience with the Sultana and the Syndicate. What will come of the meeting is anyone's guess, but at least Yigiri will have the opportunity to plead her people's case. Return to the Royal Promenade and speak with Rauban to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber, and I imagine that's where this one picks up. I'm liking that it's voice acted thus far.
Oh yeah, they use a lot more voice acting now.
Thank Christ.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer.
That is rough.
Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
What? I can't hear you over the turtle.
The line of Ul welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri.
But you'd have one on your table.
Yes, but it wouldn't
giant golden turtle.
The fucking view between me and the people I need to talk to.
Yeah, you'd get a bigger chair. Or something.
I would have a bigger chair. Like, you know me so well. I would absolutely have an elevated chair in this case.
Especially if it was so that you didn't have to get rid of your giant golden turtle in the
Yes.
middle of your table.
No, exactly. They're like, oh, I can't see over it. All right, well, give me a bigger chair. It's like, don't you think it would be easier to get rid of the turtle? I think it would be easier if you saw yourself out of my business and got me a bigger chair.
I think it'd be easier if you press the button, like fucking floor drops out sharks.
I'm pretty sure it'd be easier if you're fired and somebody get me a bigger chair. Oh, God.
Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold.
Huh.
Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's the thing
More
is
realistic.
that oftentimes when they do this, at least in MMOs that I've played previously, when they're like, oh, you're the last survivors of this race or whatever, they never put a number to it because like, it would be silly if they did, because then when a bunch of players start playing all of those particular race, it makes it a bit sort of, like, off-kilter or unbalanced in terms
You're
of,
like, there was only supposed to be, like, 5 of these, now there's, like, 5,000.
Yeah, well, like, the easiest explanation I have is there were just, like, there were once high elves in World of Warcraft. A whole bunch of them got killed during an undead purge, and the ones that survived called themselves blood elves. And it's like, okay, so that has got to be, like, maybe, like, at best 25% of your original population. Okay, continue. And they're like, and then a whole section of these guys got, like, excommunicated from the Horde because they were dabbling in void magic, and they became the Void Elves. And they joined the Alliance. And I'm like, okay, so how?
Okay.
Like that is like a division of a division of a division at this point. That there's like so few of them, but then you go around any of the cities and there's like a ton of them walking around, and you're like, okay, but they never put a hard number on it, so it's like, well, I guess then this is the number, like this is how many we're looking at, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, they're like, it's more than 200 people on a boat, and I was like immediately like, oh shit, like that is crazy that they would put a number to it, and then like, but there are a number of ships which have escaped and are on their way here. So there's that note where it's like, it's an ambiguous number, just in case we put out rabbit chicks and everyone plays one.
Yeah.
It does not seem strange that a few thousand people are playing the rabbit folk. Oops, I don't want to do that. Can I? Nope. I hope it goes away.
It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
Interesting. Not just
what are
bunny
the
chicks.
Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
It's not just bunny girls. It's submissive bunny girls. Yeah, not all high elves became blood elves. A majority did, but there are some high elves still running around the Alliance. Yeah, I still follow a channel on YouTube called Taliesin and Evertell because he's just a funny British guy and he takes the piss a lot out of Blizzard and I enjoy watching his stuff. Recently talked about how they were just like, fuck it, recently with cosmetics, and they're just like, fuck it, if you want to be a high elf, fine, you just change your cosmetics. I don't care what kind of elf you are, you can just change them and be a high elf now. Who gives a shit? And it's just like, huh, okay.
Yeah, because like Blizzard's trying to like appease a lot more of its player base because they're seeing a lot of other MMOs like appeasing the player base and like doing what the players are asking, but they're doing the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, I mean I haven't heard like too much, but they're doing well listening to people this time around. During Battle for Azeroth, their last expansion, they didn't listen to anybody during like the alpha and the beta when they opened it up for people to come in and test out the new expansion. Everyone was like, this system sucks, or like these mechanics are bullshit, or we don't like this like Heart of Azeroth thing, or I'm not really happy with the narrative, blah blah blah. They were just like, and then like shrugged and then did it anyways, and then it was one of their worst performing expansions ever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because they're listening to the oh, it would be cool if I could play a high elf over it'd be cool if I could play this game.
Well, and that's the thing, is that like now that they're doing their next expansion, which like doesn't matter how much of this I see from Taliesin and Evertell, I'm just like, I don't give a shit about it. Like, I can't fucking care about the narrative. Despite that, they're like, oh, they're listening to everything now. Every time there's enough people that are like, this mechanic isn't good, or we don't like this, or this thing that you put in for this particular part of the game is really shitty, they're just like, done. Like, fixed. It's out, or we're trying this, what do you think of that? And then in the same wave, they were like, we just made it so all the Void Elves can have light skin now, and you can also make them have brown skin if you want, and you can make them have blue eyes and many other different colors of glowing eyes if you like. And same thing with Blood Elves. If you guys want to be like, you know, a brown-skinned Blood Elf with like blue eyes or whatever, go for it, because
good.
Who fucking cares at this point? It's like, people are like, well, it's not lore-friendly. Like, you're not lore-friendly, shut up!
You're
like,
not lore-friendly!
Like,
well, it doesn't matter. If you want, like, if I wanted to play a brown-skinned person, then let me play a brown-skinned person. It doesn't matter.
And that was another thing. They put in for humans. It should be an
option.
They put in for humans now different facial structures for Black and Asian people.
Oh, okay, so you're not all just like grumpy, gruff, like white guy.
You're not all like weird ass looking square faced humans, but they don't. But they have like a name for it, like oval and something else for like the other types of facial presets that you can then go down a list. But it's like, one of them is very obviously for like black people, and then there's a bunch of different hairstyles that they've now released for like black people and Asian people. And I was like, you know what, good for them. I mean, you're fucking like 16 years too late to that, but fine. Sure. I mean, the original fucking humans in World of Warcraft look like they got beat in the face with a rock, so it's hard to say.
Everybody in every race in that game does, but
every fucking game. Oh my god.
No, but if they gotta, like, crawl through progress,
At least
still
it's
progress.
Yeah. Like, I'm still proud of them for making those adjustments. So, like, good on them. They finally made it so that orcs can stand up straight instead of hunch.
I'm neutral about it.
Yeah.
I'm neutral about it because they've been going for so long.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of them.
Well, I mean, I agree that any progress is progress. That them,
but it's not impressive.
They could just as easily have not made any of those adjustments and continued to justify their behavior until the day they died.
Yep.
So the fact that they decided to make that change, I think, is a nice thing. So I'm like, good for
like,
you.
For me, it's more like, instead of, like, because now you can play reasonably looking black person or Asian person in that game. It's more like, good, now I don't have to have that argument anymore, rather than, oh, you know what, it's awesome that now I can play a fucking black person after 30 fucking years.
It's like, I don't have to have this fucking argument. It's like,
good, now I don't have to have this argument anymore, and then move on.
Yeah,
because,
no, exactly.
Like, it's neutral now as opposed to negative.
Okay, I can respect that stance on it, where it's just like, I no longer have to continue having this discussion. Thank you.
Now it's like, oh look, you caught up. In one part.
Yeah. I don't know. In a world where
neutral.
things are so disappointing, I'm literally like grasping at any straws I can get my
and that's
fucking
fair.
hands
And
on.
honestly, that's the only way we can like stay positive in this world is be like, well, at least this vanilla ice cream is delicious.
Yeah, just anything. I'll take fucking anything, man.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, Neri is just like, good for you. Please do not stop trying. Like,
absolutely.
Like, let's just keep it. Let's keep it going. Yeah, and Quad's like, elf votes differently in an election. Oh look, a new race of elves. There's like that is like one of my fucking gripes about World of Warcraft, and that is that there's like a million fucking flavors of elves, and it bothers me just because I'm so sick of it. I have like a preoccupied adult hatred for elves just in general because they're so they themselves are not hoity-toity. It's just like the fantasy community puts them on such a pedestal, and it just annoys me, I guess. So the fact that they're like, we got night elves, and we got high elves, and we got blood elves, and we got void elves, and we got the Nightborn, and like a couple of other things. I'm just like, guys, just stop.
And like the blood trolls or whatever.
Oh yeah, and
which like there was a few things like the fans of World of Warcraft were like, hey, Spooty, look at these things you would totally love, and I'm like, yeah, I would. If I like the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, Tonberry, I don't hate your elf because there's only one kind of elves here. In this game, at least so far that I've seen. There is one kind of elves.
There's two kinds of all of the races in Final Fantasy. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because there are. Because I was like, even for humans, and I was like, yeah, no, there's humans, and then there's like the
Highlander and Midlander.
Yeah. And that's very cool. I like that. And that's another thing, it's just that, like, yes, there are, like, 50 kinds of fucking trolls that you can run into in WoW as well, but they don't fucking rub it in your face every 10 seconds, so, like, no, I don't give a shit when they're just like, oh, but these are the Zandalari trolls. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, cool, good for them. Like, high five, moving on, like, whatever.
More than one person can have an aesthetic opinion about something.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I have to like the fucking world it's in.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I'm glad that there's many different kinds of whatever. There's lots of different kinds of dwarves too, but they're not so fucking hoity about it.
Yeah, I'm all about witches, but they're in every fucking game, so
yeah, so it's
doesn't mean I have to play every game.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so what are the Syndicate's opinion on the fact that they have a bunch of bunny folk who want to come in and work?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
He smells free labor. So
he's one of the Syndicate representatives. Like
yeah.
The people at the table that aren't you and the Scions, Yugiri and her people, and like
Raoban and
Sultanate and Nanimo are syndicate folks.
Yeah, these are the rich people that quote unquote actually run Ul'dah because they have all the money.
They run the economy, and therefore that's like most of the the working part of the country.
Also, it's not bunny folk coming in, Doc. That's a far later expansion, says Estebe. There's a difference.
Bunny folk came out with Shadowbringers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I see no reason not to let them, he says.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Okay, good. So somebody said it. It wasn't me. That's like, he smells free labor. So...
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them
but yeah, he was
require
also
a formal
speaking
resolution.
under his voice.
Shall we call a vote?
Yeah.
To you.
I imagine that he was speaking to me and not to the room. Just like, you smell money, don't you, little bitch?
The law is the law.
Oh.
Lord Lolorito? Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant?
Oh, shit.
Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think.
Whoa!
Yep. It's like, these are a bunch of people that fought their previous government and lost, and now they're here. Do we know that they will do different while they are here?
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
But, like, Lolorito's also being a racist shit.
Yup!
Yeah, Mexico's not sending their best, he says.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Now, when you say passes Gil thrice daily, do you mean, like, he shits money?
Probably, man.
I was like, is that what that phrase is supposed to indicate? Because I imagine it is.
No, I think it just means that he trades a hell of a lot. Like, it's the East Aldenard Trading Company. Like,
Macbeth, quick, frown at him.
Frown at him! Get him!
Alright, so he's wealthy.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
Yeah, I could reach across this table and crush your head like an orange, so you shush.
My
Shark
lord,
pit.
I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy.
Teleji Adeleji?
Yep.
First, that's the stupidest thing I've heard today in terms of names. And secondly, what happened there? Do we know, or
how
maybe they'll tell
far
us?
the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying
How
attention. I was
choose
talking to the
conduct
chat.
my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
Yeah, they're getting all up in each other's business.
Oh, Lolorito's bringing up some shit that doesn't matter in the situation just to get a rise out of him, it looks like.
Teleji Adeleji is this guy.
Yeah, that is Teleji Adeleji.
Okay, so...
And the other one's Lolorito.
And Lolorito, and he was like, you know, you've started employing refugees and now your business is shit. And he's just like, that is not your concern. Lolorito, you tiny, sarcastic, hypocritical prick.
Mm-hmm.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Is he really the only guy leaving? Oh, no.
Nope.
I was like, is he the only guy leaving the room? Okay.
That's a lot of folks.
That's everybody except fucking Teleji.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited.
Yeah. It's the fucking syndicate that runs this town,
Without
not
the
you.
consent of the syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Man, Nanamo looks fucking tired and angry.
No longer poses an immediate threat.
Yeah.
They see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity.
After the Injustice 2 comic where Lobo gets a Green Lantern ring. Yeah. I don't think wearing a hat indoors is considered rude in this world. Yeah, different culture and all that. Yeah.
The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all.
Yep. So now that they're not fighting the Empire, they're gonna go back to being shitty.
But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Okay, and then, okay, yeah, before the assembled leaders of Ul'dah, Yugiri details the circumstances which compelled her people to seek refuge in Ul'dah. Although the Sultana, Rauban, and Teleji Adeleji are sympathetic with their case, the most influential member of the syndicate, Lolorito, persuades the others to refuse the Doman's asylum. Thus barred from Ul'dah, Yugiri and her people must look elsewhere for a new home. And then, why we adventure. The road to Ul'dah may be regularly patrolled by the Brass Blades, but Hosen craves the peace of mind your presence would bring, and has thus requested that you accompany his party to Ul'dah. Speak with the coachman when you are ready to leave. The coachman is concerned about the recent sightings of a fearsome beast near the ridge of Hammer Lee, and asks that you travel ahead of the carriage to survey the area. Should you encounter the creatures in question, you are to assess the threat it possesses and take appropriate action. Thanks to you, the road is now safe for travel once more. I guess you killed the monster. Retrace your steps and look for the carriage and its coachman outside Horizon.
You could probably play the cutscenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine that this will be somewhere along the way. Well fought, sir, well fought. If only I were in better health, I could have been proud to stand at your side. Yeah, I'm sure. Pay my son no mind. He forgets his responsibilities. Preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. Oh, I imagine so. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? And kind Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands.
Okay, so...
Yep.
Aw.
Hey, Mr. Gregor, Koho and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Oh, God. I actually get to choose an answer. To go whither the wild rose blooms. What, we think these kids are like secret members?
They're scions.
They're secret members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Teleji, you started at a 9 out of 10 on the susp scale because you're scheming asshat, and your sudden and persistent desire to be philanthropic is not lowering that number.
Okay, so between this cutscene and like the one that was back at the thing, there was a few quests where you're trying to convince Yugiri and all those folks to move to Revenant's Toll. And that's why this guy mentioned, oh yeah, I'll totally do some work to help rebuild Revenant's Toll if we can stay there.
Yeah, and Revenant's Toll is the place that we just moved our office.
Yep.
Yeah, so, and that's outside of Ul'dah and the other two kingdoms.
Yep.
So then, yeah, it's good. I'm gonna say to go whither the wild rose blooms. Because I don't say any of those other things. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Gregor, I have a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a stone's throw from an Imperial castle. Bustling outpost, but countless adventures, Sebastian civilization, a harsh and unforgiving wilderness.
Well, Revenant's Toll is that place that I, gave you a little... tour around, and it's Mordona, that place with the giant crystals and where that
the fucking airship crashed.
Yeah, that's where that is.
It is a bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness.
Yep.
So there's lots of rocks and things? Sounds a bit scary. But you'll be there too, won't you? Well, I mean, I guess. Enough, Kuru. It's my turn again. Mr. Gregor, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do?
100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. 10K run every day.
Yeah. Fucking train. It's not how much you train as much as it's about how often you train.
It's honestly the willingness and the mind for it.
It's like the hardest part of any training is continuing to do it every fucking day.
It's not really about what you do, it's how you do it and the mindset of being able to continue to do it.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to see any serious results for like months. So.
Yeah.
Aha, so my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me. And don't leave anything out. Alright, that's enough questions for Mr. Gregor. That's not fair. Why does Yosen get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Eat your veggies left. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Gregor. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. And we'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Gregor and Lady Yagiri. Oh, don't make assumptions. Yeah, just like Mr. Gregor and Lady Yagiri. I don't know these people, but okay. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Oh, no, but yeah. Alright.
No, but yes.
No, but yeah.
I don't know how much of it they'll show you because it's definitely side quest crap.
Oh yeah.
But those kids actually do make a little adventurers guild in Mordona.
Oh, good for them.
It's adorable and it's the best thing. And
That's
you can
what I
have
said,
like and there's a little quest line for it.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That is very cute. Oh.
Alright, kid, first you
Alright, kid, first you gotta work on your frown.
If they really deserve it, you take
then
the
if they really
menacing
deserve
step
it, you
forward.
you take the menacing step forward.
First thing you gotta do is work on your frown.
And then, step 2, nod.
Nod. He's being a twat. Quick, Macbeth, frown at him. Yeah. Alright, writhing in the dark. Wishing to prevent tragedy, the Adventurers Guild assistant bids you call rampant cobras along the road to St. Coinax Find?
Yeah.
St. Coinax Find. She supplies you with the rancid elf meat, which should serve to lure the creatures from their nests. Wow. Make your way to the area of the Imperial airship wreck and see the deed done. There are 3 cutscenes here. Okay, I'm just gonna play it after that, because rampant cobras. I guess this is after the rampant cobras. Boosh.
Probably.
Hey, Zistorla. Sup?
How goes the fishing?
Oh,
Caught
good.
anything slippery?
Oh, thank God.
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
Serpent Reavers. Interesting.
The plot
Group
thickens.
of people.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual. Summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja, yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
What? So it's not the beast people?
Might be different beast people? It's not the Amalja. There's Amalja, there's Ixal, there's Sylphs, there's...
Yeah.
So many beastmen.
So the Amalja, though, are the big black beastmen from the desert.
Yeah, the scaly ones.
Yeah. Okay, Vilbrand.
There have
The
been
lizardy
reports of
ones,
increased Sahagin activity of late.
These
Oh
ones are the
God.
fishy people.
They mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear.
Oh,
Whilst conducting our
this is the one
investigation
that they
on
were
behalf
like,
of the mineral
eh.
concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers.
Okay, so the fish people seem to have been taking the latest shipments of crystals and are trying to summon Leviathan. This came up before, and they were like, can you go check on the fish people to see if those particular beastmen are, like, currently trying to summon their thing? And the report was, like, they're of no threat. Like, they are so far off from being able to summon their primal, so we don't even need to pay them any mind. But now, it appears as though that is becoming an issue.
Yeah,
With
that
the aid of
might
the
be a problem in the
Maelstrom,
future,
I was
but it
able
ain't
to
now.
verify our
Yeah.
suspicions.
Now it's
It
future.
is only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Okay.
Ugh.
That.
Oh, there it is. Got some
And
lag there.
There it is. Yeah, I got some vision lag. The gift and knowledge of eternity.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective.
Ooh.
And there is the explanation.
Moses.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless one.
Cool. Moses, ah! And then Moses showed up, and the waters parted, and fishes died. Oh, I am the British, and Moses has defeated me. Oh, God. Shoon. And yes, these are crab people.
And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge
No, he's just
of
wearing
eternity.
it on his face.
And with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
We better get the fuck out of here.
Crab people.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this.
Oh.
But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
That is actually a very good point. The Asians might be behind the fishmen getting their hands on all these crystals.
My lady.
And
unless
granting
we
the
act
echo
swiftly,
to some
Leviathan
fishman.
will rise
Yeah.
again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She
Well-
will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take
What?
charge
Since
in my
when?
absence.
What? She's
My lady,
stepping out of a
are
room.
you
Like
sure
everybody.
this is wise?
Yeah, everybody's just like, what? I'm gonna go be a part of this adventure this time. Everyone's like, excuse you?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the Echo.
Alright then.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A primal is about to
No,
be
it's at
loosed
hand.
on Eorzea.
Primal?
Oh! She's a lizard person.
A godlike
she was a
being
person.
whose very existence is a bane upon the
Horns.
land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
Yeah, the lizard people came out in Stormblood, which
I see.
you were playing stuff before
Know then
Heaven's
that I am
Ward.
learned in the arts of war.
Wow.
In
Yeah.
return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Bring all your best potions. We gonna be fighting a god later.
And the rest of that is basically just the
Yeah.
cutscenes you just watched. The
So,
gift.
interesting. The gift of eternity. And, okay, yeah, so having made her final assessment of the situation, Merlin gives the order for the operation to commence. According to the scout you rescued, the summoning ritual is being held at the Beastman Aetheryte, situated deep within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Accompany Stola to the Sahagin lair and find your way to the Aetheryte. Upon passing the first checkpoint, you are assailed by Sahagin guards, whom you swiftly vanquish. Make haste now to the next checkpoint.
Hit play.
And then I can, yeah, how many? There's 2 cutscenes here. I'll just hit play on that. Go Blausch.
Yeah, they're putting a lot more information in the cutscenes from now on, basically.
Which I'm glad for.
Oh yeah. Well, they can afford it now. You've reached the point where the game has money.
Oh yeah.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Yeah, these guys are, what is it, tempered?
Tempered.
Yeah. I guess. Oops, shit. Aw, I was gonna get him. Great.
Did I miss much?
Oh, shut up. Oh, nice. Oh, cool.
And this was the hint at the ninja class because it was not base game.
Decapitation!
So that's how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Your dagger has holes in it.
He just said that he has to forsake elegance and then does some twirly shit.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Wow. This is pretty cool.
Right?
What am I doing? I'm just standing there.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, I know they do that because they don't know what your class does and stuff. because it's like it's literally an anybody feels point. But I'm just like, Captain
Oh,
Crush's shit is just standing over here not doing things, and I feel embarrassed.
It's so funny. It's so funny when like Warden's playing and it shows a cutscene where a guy is getting away when you're trying to kill him. He's like, "Oh no! If only I had a gun."
Yeah, he's standing there with a rifle. Oh no, he's getting away.
Oh no, he's getting away.
If only I had a gun. God damn it. Oh my god. Okay.
So you got about down the ramp.
Yeah, we got around the corner and down the ramp, and then we got surrounded. Don't talk to me.
Growl at him.
Oh shit! Blech. Oh yeah, was
forgive me my lateness.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were the gun guys not in the original game? It's just Merleweb. Never mind.
It's just Merleweb.
She's
and
being
she
awesome.
comes in here and saves your ass.
Those aren't shotguns. Those are double-barreled, massive fucking pistols.
Like magnums.
Yeah. Oh, she looks so fucking bored. Brought swords to a gunfight. Bitch.
Nah, she brought guns to a sword fight. She's like, nah.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Minfilia, do something. Anything.
Yeah.
Swirlwalkers tormented our kind.
Uh-huh.
But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
Uh-oh. This isn't good. Oh, she got a little leg.
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
So that guy has the
Yep.
Such power! It is transcendent!
Fuck! Is he just...
She's not fucking...
Is he just straight up dead? Oh, and then it just moves into the next guy. Oh shit.
7 hells.
Yep, okay. That was awesome though.
Yeah. She just shoots him, like, stop monologuing.
Strike me down! It is futile! I have mastered the gift! I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Leviathan was always, like, my favorite.
Die, damn you!
You start shooting them all. Shoot all
So
of
anyway,
them.
I started blasting.
You cannot kill that which is eternal!
So anyways, I started blasting. Just blam, blam, blam.
She would say that, like, recounting the tale. So anyway, I started blessing.
No, of course. And not only that, but it's just like, he keeps rezzing into dudes that are around him. Kill all the dudes!
Yeah, that's what she's like, okay, maybe if I kill all of them.
Then he won't have anywhere to go, and now he's just talking out of his bubble. Great. Uh-oh.
Yes. Yes!
Big fish.
Heavens forfend.
Nessie mad.
Damn it all!
Leviathan's like Merlib's white whale.
My being am the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
So the emissary that he's talking about is the fucking dude from the Asians, the white guy.
We're assuming so, yeah.
Yeah. Stairs.
Well, I got him.
And then Leviathan went away because I frowned at him.
Where did he go?
Boom. Done.
Done. Got him.
Got it.
We did it, boys.
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
Like, I don't give a shit about the ships. Get your fucking people back.
Yeah.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Oh, that's not good.
Not for Limsa Laminsa.
No.
Which they're very near.
Let's go to the end here. Yeah, the destructive potential of Leviathan's tidal wave far surpasses anything that occurs in nature. If the Primal is not stopped, the whole settlement will be laid to waste. But with the Lord of the Whirl already far out to sea, how can such a disaster be prevented? Into the heart of the whirl. Conceding that little can be done to thwart Leviathan's plans, so long as he remains in the open sea, Merwa bids you to join her and Limsa Laminsa to assess the available options. As always, speak with the guardsmen. This guy and the bulwark called to be admitted to the common room. Before a hushed audience, Merwa recounts the tale of Halfstone, a hamlet obliterated by a tidal wave of Leviathan's making. The need for action is plain, but it soon becomes clear that neither the Admiral nor your fellow Scions know any of the means to vie with the Lord of the Whirl upon the open sea. It is then that Storm Marshal... This guy steps forward with an utmost unorthodox proposal. Let's see what they say.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Halfstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood.
Blech.
Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Halfstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told.
Isn't this how we got into the Maelstrom to fight the bird one?
Basically.
Yeah, it sounds very familiar, this plan.
If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the
Yeah.
Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Yeah.
For Garuda.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis.
The shipwrights.
But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder.
I mean, it's a thought.
By your leave, we might
Or you
attempt
could
to
just put it
repeat
on
the
2
trick.
ships.
The
And
gods
then
know it
pilot
would be
those
quicker
ships.
than building a new vessel.
Yeah, just lash 2 ships together instead of trying to build a new giant ship.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Phew.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan.
Just like that, you know an awful lot about the Pirate King. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we
This in
also have
itself
to
will
wrap
be
up
no
Leviathan.
small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
So not only do we have to lash 2 giant ships together in order to carry all the crystals and the equipment we need to weaken Leviathan, the second that we get within range, we need to ram into it and then tie it to the boat. This is a mission. Okay. Okay.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger. and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
Oh, nice. He actually does the British Navy salute. That's very cool.
He does the fucking
And then there is the small
Grand Company
matter of
salute.
slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
When I got back, not if, but when I get back, perhaps dinner. Figured to. God damn it, with the dancing. Son of a bitch. Nice pants you got there. Or lack thereof. Damn. God damn. Lord of the Whirl. Yeah, with little more than a look, you signal your readiness to do battle with Leviathan. At your command, the twin vessel Whirl Eater, cool, will be towed out into the open sea where the Lord of the Whirl awaits you. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests on your shoulders. Do not falter. There are 4 cutscenes. I imagine they are all a part of the thing.
Yeah, we probably do the fight now.
We do fight now.
We do fight now. There are 3 open slots in this party.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Yep, everybody that's online in the FC right now is in this room and in this party.
Copy that. You're up.
I am going to repair my gear.
Oh, that's a sick sword quad.
Yeah, it's dope.
I wish I could see it properly all the way down there. I actually can.
Listen, shorty.
Oh, that outfit though.
Yep. Oh, you know what's the best part about the leggings? They got they push the thigh in a little bit to
They
get real.
do.
Yep,
This is where the boner is formed.
This is where the boner is formed.
I like seeing Estebane's giant character do the dancing stuff.
Yeah, that's why I picked Dancer too. Like.
Haha. Oh Jesus. Technical finish. All right. All right.
So since we're probably not waiting on anybody, we will actually have to queue.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And
we
wait
don't
for
got
randos.
nobody.
We ain't got nobody. Oh well. So this would be a trial. Oh well, I see how it is.
It's very loud, and I was like, I don't want to blare out too much until the fight starts. The party leader has registered the party for duty. For very important business. Actually, that's a very good question. I'm going to repair all my equipment, because the last time I was on, a bunch of my shit was busted.
Alright.
Alright. Let's do this.
Quad.
I laughed like an absolute loon when the class trainer was like, I think you have a certain grace to you. Yes, the grace of a landslide, hitting a china shop. I thought it was 2 boats lashed together. Oh, this is the tow ship. Here's the 2 boats lashed together. Oh yeah, there he is.
Put the music on.
Music's on. I turned it on just before we came in. Up, 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 up. Oh. It's coming. Oh, when they said lashing 2 ships together, they didn't mean like side by side. They meant putting a large barge at the mercy of a tow ship.
Yeah.
Alright.
Realistically, it's the tow ship that was at the mercy of the barge.
Yeah. Oh! Now we fight a very big fish.
Fish dragon. My favorite. Oh.
Let's do this.
Okay. So. You see this? There's a panel right here.
Uh-huh.
It'll be either the healer or range DPS's job to hit this button when it is needed to be. When it's needed to be.
Okay.
You're gonna need to zoom all the way out.
Yeah, let's do that.
All the way out.
Let's start by doing that. There we go.
When he goes underwater, you're gonna want to look around for him, and then when he jumps back out of the water, you're gonna want to be as far away from him as possible.
Uh-huh.
As a tank, that's basically the only thing you need to know, other than which part of him to hit.
Copy that. And I guess the
go
big
ahead.
Aether thing is in the lower half of this boat. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's you can see all the crystals in the middle there.
The Jenkins. Cool.
Put your aggro thing on.
Oh shit, that's right. Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute.
All right.
Where are you going?
Now you.
Where are you going?
Directional audio also helps. Run.
Running.
This way.
Running over here. What? Oh! Copy that.
Did you hit the wall?
I did.
Then you did it wrong.
Okay.
In extreme, you would have been off the boat.
Yep. I remember you guys telling me about that a ways back.
Now we have to kill ads. That is the off-tank's job to pick them up. We have to kill these ads.
Copy that. Get some! Get it! Get some!
Now we have to kill these little gyre spumes. That is the DPS job.
Copy.
We have to do that very quickly though, because they're sapping energy from the boat.
Thing. Shit. Gyre spumes.
Alright, we got it. Okay. Now,
Whoops.
pay attention to where he is.
Okay, he went over that way. Whoa!
Hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button. We didn't hit the button.
We didn't hit the button fast enough. Everyone's dead but me. That's not good.
Now, phase 2. All the corpses.
I'm still alive.
You got this, Gregor.
I got it. Dang it. Wait till Blathers sees this catch. Oh, what a wipe. Alright.
That was a good wipe.
Okay.
This is the first one that you've wiped on.
It is indeed. I could have popped a lot of cooldowns for that, and I didn't. I feel bad.
It was a wipe.
Yeah.
Don't pop cooldowns, just die.
Alright, everybody ready?
Yep. If it's at half health and you're the last one up, just die.
I can take him.
You can't take him.
I can break these cuffs. And now the real fight begins.
Also, there is a mechanic where his head or tail reflects magic or or physical damage.
Okay, yeah, and then we gotta go this way.
Because there's two things now, right?
Yeah.
Tail and they share the same health bar though.
Good.
So if you got AoEs big enough, it can hit the most. But the only AoE I know that is big enough is like the range and magic limit break,
Yeah.
which you can angle to hit them both, so doing double damage. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Maximum hatred.
Also, the healers are supposed to stand away from each other because every once in a while they get hit by an unavoidable attack that's an AoE.
Unavoidable chin move! Unavoidable chin move! Oh. Damn it.
Alright. Now, we prepare to hit the button.
Wow. Let me see what. Oh shit.
Now we hit the button. We hit the button. Alright, somebody's hit the
Hit
button.
the button.
Somebody hit.
Button. Oh.
We passed it.
Alright, cool.
But now he's doing the slap.
Oh shit! Haha! I did the thing.
Yay! So many corpses and other sliders into the Phoenix Downs. There are Phoenix Downs in this game. They just can't be used in combat for some reason.
Yeah. Whoa!
They should be able to be used in combat. They should have like a double cooldown or something like that, other than like res. But they're trying to balance the skills.
Get back here and fight me, goddammit you! Oh jeez, other side. I'm good.
Yeah, the angle doesn't matter, the side matters.
Suck it, bitch.
So that was dope, right?
That was pretty dope. No lie, that was pretty dope. Light party. You know, just some beers hanging around.
Well, I'd say 5 people's a light party.
Yeah, just hanging out, having a couple of the brewskis with the boys. Out at 2 a.m. looking for beans. You're dead.
It's fair.
I think that cutscene was the one of him dying. Yeah, that was him dying. Okay. So he's like, ah. And then there's more. But wait.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe no small part to you.
Please.
Talk to me, talk to me more about swallowing. What's going on?
Not for the first time. You delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
And like, your number, or no, we're not doing that. Okay.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man.
You're like, I need to sit down. I saw a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I can be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Because the Rogues Guild is in
Naught
Limsa
escapes
Lominsa.
your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you
Muggers
employing
Guild.
with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Everybody's just dumping out his story right here.
Minthea, please!
Like, hey, no, shh, no.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Somewhat of a lady killer too. Hey!
I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement. and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
See, that's nice.
Yeah. So they're staying in Mordona until they
We
can
are in
find
your
like
debt,
a
Admiral.
place to stay.
I realize that it
Yeah.
scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
And then...
You wished a word
Fuck
in
you come
private.
from?
Gotta put a bell on you.
Belle? That's racist.
Yeah, it's tremendously racist. Oops.
The better not to spoil the festive mood.
I like how she was about to come in and was like, no, looks like those two are having a talk. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence, nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
That is, to me, a tired argument. It's like, well, everyone deserves to live, and it's like, yeah, so...
And they shouldn't fight.
Yeah, like...
Like, that's
then it's this little thing that some of you at home might have heard of, and it's called, don't start none, won't be none. If you didn't start any, there wouldn't be any right now. Like, I'm just saying, like, if they come into your kingdom and start killing people, it's like, no, but don't kill them, though, everyone deserves to live. Like, no, fuck those guys.
Yes.
Like,
so I can fight back.
yeah,
That's
like,
it. That's
their
all.
only function is to come in here and start murdering people? No.
Don't bring none, not be
Yeah.
none.
Yeah, like, don't start none, won't be none.
That's literally it.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
Yeah.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Like, they're beastmen. You're gonna kill a bunch of beastmen, and then
Man
it's like...
has ever put himself first and foremost.
If you but if you're killing them, then they're gonna keep coming back. It's like, they're gonna keep coming back even if we don't kill them. They're gonna keep summoning their primal even if we're not being hostile towards them. As proven by, like, some of the beast folk that they did make, like, amicable relations with. They immediately summoned their primal anyways, so, like, fucking... Even the fucking Moogles summoned the good King Moogle Mog, so...
Yup. Well, they did that to fight the Garleans. Oh no, that was Rama.
Yeah, that was Rama.
They summoned Rama to fight the Garleans because the Garleans like pushed into the land.
Yeah, the bad news is that we're the assholes invading much of the Beastmen territories. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real, like...
To justify his actions,
Yeah.
he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
If folks don't want to share, then you're gonna have to fight it out. Through the Maelstrom. Oh god, there is just so much.
That's because Through the Maelstrom is the last one in this patch.
Okay. I think that would be good. That was the thing. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Oh, thank you, Quad, for sitting on the book and being adorable. Yeah, compared to the colonization of Americas and treatment to the natives kind of situation, except the natives can summon gods to defend themselves. I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, we then need to talk about where all of these, like, humans and everything came from in this particular universe. Did they come from a different continent and then move in and start knocking the Beastmen around, or was it one of those situations where we're not exactly sure who came first?
We're not sure.
Exactly. So
there's some areas of the world where somebody specifically came first, and that one is definitely Limsa Lominsa. The people came first.
Yeah.
And then the Sahagin moved in.
And then the Sahagin showed up, started killing people, and they were like, "Well, we're not just gonna let you do that." And they're like, "Well, we're gonna summon our god," and then they just keep fighting, and that's how that goes.
The Sahagin moved in because their territory was destroyed by Bahamut.
Ah. So really, the people to blame is the Garlean Empire.
The Asians?
Or the Asians, rather.
And the Garlean, then the Garlean Empire, then the blah blah blah.
Yeah. And so on and so on.
So really, the people to blame are the Allagan Empire for caging Bahamut in the first place. Got them all mad.
Well, and that's the thing. As it stands, like, I can't remember. It wasn't just the little leaf bag people, but it was also like some of the other beastmen that they're like, we want to make this treaty with you, so we'll stop killing each other, and you don't have to summon our primal. Deal? And they were like, deal, but we're gonna summon our primal anyway, cause fuck you. It's like,
well, yeah, it's because like in every single one of it's because of the properties of the primals themselves. Because the primal, the like, it's all worship, right? And then it's the fanatics who are summoning these primals.
Yeah. And it
the
just boils
fanatics
down
of the
to
groups
it's like,
are usually like, but fuck those guys, and then they summon the primal, and then the primal makes all of them like the followers, and then it's a problem.
Yeah, tempers all of them, and then it just turns into a thing, and then there's just no peace to be had, unfortunately.
Don't do religion, kids. It's addictive. Nah, do religion. But like every other fucking thing. In moderation.
In moderation. Religion in moderation. Water in moderation.
Yeah, water can kill you.
Yeah.
Drinking too much water can kill you.
Yep. Before parting ways with you to study the secret fraternity's combat techniques, the ever-courteous Yugiri bids you relay her gratitude to Minfilia. For want of anything better to do, return to the Rising Stones at Revenant's Toll and convey her sentiments to the antecedent.
How many cutscenes are there?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe play the first cutscene.
Okay. So Yugiri was like, give my thanks. I was like,
I
yeah,
have
sure.
been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
Oh god, can I just say that, like, all the voice acting I'm so happy with.
Yep. So that you can shut up, or it's good.
So that I can shut up, and it's also good. Because here's the thing: there's a couple of things at play here. One, I'm dyslexic, so as much as reading out loud is fun for me, it's also very challenging. It requires a lot of my focus, and every time I play this game, like whenever we were going through this stuff, I'd end up with a migraine after. And because I'm like, there's just so much fucking reading. But it's a fucking Final Fantasy game. Like, Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus, if you've ever played that, was a very fun game, and it was a third-person action shooter game about Vincent Valentine, who is a Final Fantasy VII character, and it was a very cool game. It was 90% cutscenes and dialogue.
Yeah.
Like you could literally just somebody put together all the cutscenes and was like, you could just watch this game. Like, you don't have to play. Yep. It's a movie that you occasionally and then it's a cutscene, and then some people talk, and you read some dialogue, and then you're like, okay, go. You shoot 2 fucking dudes, and then it's another cutscene, and then it was just so exhausting after a while.
It was a problem.
Well, yeah, because it's a fucking Square Enix. Like, it's a Final Fantasy game. There's a lot of dialogue. It is almost exclusively dialogue. Every Final Fantasy game, with the exception of this one, is dialogue and then turn-based mechanics fighting people. Like, it's those 2 things, pretty much, one to the other. And then that's it. So, like, that's what you sign up for these kinds of games. There's a lot of narrative. There's a lot of storytelling. And yeah, Dirge of Cerberus was a rad game, but, like, it was the most action game that I've seen a Final Fantasy game be, and it was more cutscene than it was actual gameplay. Like, I'm enjoying this game so far, but, like, going through the previous lore and catching myself up on the story and who these characters are and where everyone is and why we should care and stuff like that has been good for me, but it's also exhausting. Because reading's a challenge for me, and also they have wacky fucking names for, like, everything that I am not used to, so it's like doubly so a challenge for me to get through this. However, now everything is so much more voice acted, and they fill in all this for me. It's very nice. All right.
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
But that's like... I mean, the first bit's not so foreign. That's ghosts. We have those in this universe. Like... That was a ghost. The fact that he immediately possessed and transformed a dude next to him was also thusly concerning.
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke. An existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
Limbo.
And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Okay, that is what happened, alright.
Yeah.
Leviathan showed up and was like, hey, energy, and then consumed him.
Yep.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
Oh, is this some shit the Ascians have been doing? Like, every time we bonk one out, it, like...
just poofs away.
Yeah, it, like, poofs away and then it possesses another guy. That would suck, were that the case.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
I'm gonna think about it.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
Oh yeah, these guys, they went quiet.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
The whole
no
island?
More? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
A weapon?
No, something happened as big as the spell used to, like, remember the spell Ultima, that big orb of destruction?
Yeah, and we only
That's
barely
what he
survived because the crystal kept us alive.
Yep.
And he was
now
like...
yeah, there was a reading that big, and now the island doesn't exist.
Fucking quads. Clap, 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 clap. Oh, he looks so adorable.
Right? Angry little potato with a giant sword.
Yep.
He's gonna get those ankles.
You gotta get him. Oh, now we're back at this.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
Oh.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Uh-oh. Taleji out of Leggy, what are you up to?
Oh no!
Oh no! The Great Divide.
And there's only one cutscene. Yeah, so though she is deeply troubled by the fate of the students of Baldessian, Minfilia concedes that idle speculation will achieve nothing and resolves to turn her thoughts to matters closer at home. But even as she begins to brief you on recent events in the Twelveswood, Philomene enters the Solar and announces that refugees hailing from Ul'dah have come to Revenant's Toll in search of asylum, like the Domans before them. Uh-oh. In the ensuing exchange, it becomes apparent that the Scions lack the resources to accommodate additional numbers, however grave their need. In spite of this, Minfilia declares that her intention is to hear the refugees' petition and asks that you accompany her to the Seventh Haven.
Wait. When Taleji Adeleji said revolution, that was the last word of the patch.
Yeah.
Then there's this, you're into the next patch now.
And this is the next patch that came after.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see what the fuck is going on here.
I'm gonna grab a drink, BRB.
Yeah, go for it.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity?
These greedy little munchkins.
Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Okay, first off, this hairdo is very challenging. But second most, like, this pose, outfit, and facial expression altogether is like, it's hard to keep up with. Also, loving this top. So there are poor.
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight.
Yeah, there
this
are
has prompted
a lot
more
of
and more
poor.
Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
Oh,
While
I see.
more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
Yep.
I have returned.
Hey, what's up?
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions.
So in Ul'dan society, if you don't have any money, you're basically dead. Like, you don't exist as far as they're concerned. And there's a bunch of poor people who have come in, and they're just like, well, why should we give them any help or aid, though? They're poor. Fuck them. Like, just, who gives a shit about these people? And, it would appear as though the poor may or may not be taking a small issue with that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna start rioting. Interesting. Or they've started rioting at the very least. And like, the rich are not at all, like, they don't hide the fact that they just hate the poor.
Yeah.
In this particular regard. Yeah. Sucks to be so poor and so ripped.
It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Oh, yeah. So, the poor are starting to get fucking mad.
Was that the only cutscene?
That was the only cutscene in The Great Divide.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Reap the Whirlwind. Suspecting that the merchant may have attempted to rally support within the city walls, Commander Swift asks you to speak with Landenbert, an Alamigan refugee who resides in Pearl Lane. Like many refugees, Landenbert does not trust the Ul'dan authorities, but the High Flame commander believes he may be persuaded to share what he knows with you. It would seem that word has spread of the disturbing, of the drubbing you dealt the refugees of Lost Hope. Unsurprisingly, Landenbert has no intention of listening to your side of the story, nor less of helping you. Yet, in a curious twist of fate, your quarry chooses the exact moment to return to Pearl Lane, presumably hoping to recruit more refugees. As your eyes meet, the merchant grasps the situation and turns to flee. Do not let him escape.
Cutscenes?
Yeah, let's see what this cutscene is. Like, what is going on? You again? Why are you pursuing me? Mistrustful merchant. Sedition, treason, revolution. That's preposterous. I don't know what you're talking about. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a Quirian's arse about politics. It was business, only business. I got paid to start a riot. Leave me alone.
Kickern. The word is kickern.
Kickern. See? This is what you gotta do. You gotta frown, take a step at him. Uh-oh. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh!
Fucked. And gone. Guy's gone.
Son of a bitch. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close.
Oh my god.
Aye, aye, sir. Here I go, looking for bad guys.
Oh my god. How dare you? I enjoyed potatoes. They're delicious.
There are people from all the cities the Garleans have decided would be better off without the permission to make decisions on their own. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Yeah. You explained to the Stone Torch that the merchant was... You dare! How did they miss the body until they almost ran it over? Maybe they couldn't see it until they got there. You know, they could... Might have been obstructed by something.
Oh god, he's standing up.
Oh, there he is. Get him, come on. You explained to the Stone Torch that the merchant was felled by an arrow from afar, and that he was the subject of your investigation into the refugee uprisings. Satisfied with your statement, the Stone Torch bids you carry on with your work. Return to the Hall of Flames and report your findings to Commander Swift. Swift concludes that the merchant was murdered to protect the identity of his employer. Despite the setback, he seems confident that the identity of the uprising's true orchestrator will soon be revealed. And then... revolution. How many cutscenes we got? 3? Let's get the first paragraph in at least. General Raoban has summoned you to a private meeting in the Fragrant Chamber, at which he wishes to discuss the results of your investigation, as well as his own. Alpha Node has already been notified and will be waiting for you outside. God damn it. Proceed to the Royal Promenade and speak with Bartholomew. Catman. Bartholomew.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
Okay.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
It is very hard to say that guy's name in a threatening or imposing fashion.
Well, Raubon did it. He done did it.
He did it, though. And I imagine that Raubon's the only person that could say Teleji Adeleji in a manner that is both serious and dire. Look at that face.
So what they're saying here is, allegedly, Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adelegedly.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause.
And that's how you don't say his name. In a manner that is done.
Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? No.
Tier 10 twink.
Excuse me, but I put on more lip gloss.
Hey! I'll say about that.
But he spoke in favor of, the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing? Very good point.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a
Nothing wrong
proposal
with a
to
man
annex the
wearing lip gloss.
Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
He's just standing there with his arms crossed. Why are you surprised, Elfinode? You even said the guy looks for profit in everything. Yeah.
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed.
Oh, and are those pieces of the giant egg thing that exploded?
Yep.
Oh my god.
There are certain
Fun fact.
differences
Sorry.
of opinion as
Sorry.
to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
Huh. Okay, so what were we saying?
This is the PvP zone.
Oh. And there you go. Yeah, there's a certain differences of opinion on how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
So it's like,
PvP zone.
You guys can fight it out, but we're not going to be at war about it. Yeah,
No,
so...
no nation, as a nation, will take offense to anything that happens in there. So keep it clean.
So yeah, keep it clean. And this is their, like, in-game justification for having a PvP zone.
Yep.
Okay.
In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
Fuck.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Ah, yes, Vegas.
He walks a path all his own. independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Want I should just kill
the
him?
less
Or?
fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution.
To get all of the refugees out of Ul'dah and into their own space out in Cartano.
His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated.
Oh, Jesus, another weapon.
Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
Jesus!
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats.
Holy shit.
Raid stuff.
Given the
That
ends
you
he
decided
went
to skip.
to ensure Eorzea's
that was good.
annihilation.
No,
Destroying
yeah,
the one
because
weapon
remember
which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
when you finished defeating the Ultima weapon and La Habrea, at the end there I was like, okay, so now you have two options: continue with the storyline or do this other thing that's kind of a side quest. And you were like, I'll just continue with the storyline. That's the side quest shit that they're bringing up now.
Okay, cool.
That your character totally knows about.
Okay, cool.
But you don't.
That's fair. But that's where Bahamut came down.
Mm-hmm.
The Essenes summoned him at least on that spot. But then, like, Cartano is also where the three, like the Alliance and the Garlean Empire were fighting. Like, they were all fighting in that space.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cartano is that place where they were all battling, and then the egg opened up, and of course it saw the worst of the devastation because that's where Bahamut was.
Yep.
So.
And there was already a fucking war going on.
Yeah. Oh shit.
With Magitech armor and shit.
So that place is just a fucking disaster, and he's like,
everything's the worst in Cartano.
Yeah. And he's like, no, that's where we should send the refugees to build their permanent settlements. And then he wants to take charge of that place so that he can excavate what is potentially a greater weapon than Ultima.
Oh yeah, because Ultima was made to fell the primals, and it is assumed that that Ultima weapon would not be able to handle Bahamut, so they were making another one.
Yeah, so they made
Omega
weapon, the Omega weapon to fight Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that it's buried there.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, we don't know how big it is. We haven't finished excavating it yet. It's this huge fucking thing. Oh, boy. Yeah, destroying the one weapon which could slay the Elder Primal Wearer may have well seemed like good sense. Yeah, so he's...
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Bahamut, though!
We were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Yeah, so he just heard something and it was like, someone's listening. It's like, of course someone's listening. It's Ul'dah.
Of course somebody's... Yeah,
there's spies everywhere.
This is where people talk. This is the room where people talk in. People are gonna fucking... Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Especially when
it could literally be anybody. Sit down.
Especially when there's a meeting between the Scions and the Sultanate.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be spies. So... That's what's like, don't waste your time chasing rats. Like, there's nothing that we could say in here that's gonna stay between us. But, here we are. So then, yeah, you got a worse refugee problem than we thought.
You liking all this politics?
Truly I am.
Hooray!
Power to Legio to Legio is one such man, blah blah blah. Lord of Levin. According to Minfilia, the Order of the Twin Adder believes that the primal Rama has been summoned to the borders of the Black Shroud. The antecedents bids you answer the request of the Elder Seedseer and offer your aid to the people of the forest. Travel to Gridania and report to Serpent Commander Vorasail
Just hit play.
Yeah, and the Adder's Nest, yeah.
Just hit play.
Just, God.
I pronounced it on my screen list. I pronounced it.
On behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest.
They say it wrong. They say
Scarce
it wrong.
had his
They call him
words
Ramuh.
ceased to
It's not
echo in
pronounced that
mine
way.
ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace.
And I'm 300 mad about it.
Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands.
Yeah, we knew that.
Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
Yay!
You have my thanks.
Do a little dance.
I love it so much.
Pray make for Little Solace, then.
Little artichoke.
A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin.
So we gotta go talk to Ramu.
The wind blows through the forest.
Rama.
Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Okay.
No leaf babies.
Leaf babies.
Babies.
So let's see. The lieutenant outlines the basic premise of the impending operation. Prepare yourself for foray into the Sylphlands and speak with the lieutenant once more. Leaven an impression.
Leaven an impression.
Aha!
They got the jokes.
Somewhat ironically, the touched Sylph's efforts at misdirection have enabled the Scions to collect Aerthic readings throughout the Sylphlands. Based on the latest of these, Papa Limo is convinced that he has identified the location of the summoning ritual. Head to the southeast and investigate the area surrounding the Sylph's Aetheryte. Upon approaching the Beastman Aetheryte, you find yourself in the presence of Lord Ramu.
Hit play.
Alright, I'm gonna hit play.
There's a lot, like, they put a lot more into the cutscenes now.
Okay. Hello.
Angry leaves.
Oh no. Watch out, it's an autumn breeze.
Watch out, it's an autumn breeze.
Uh-oh.
Ainora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Hi. Oh, my favorite primal.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Lightning, Grandpa?
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
The number of times people monologue at you about the Echo and how it makes you immune to the primals is way too many times.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man.
You came into my house
They
after
turn
this
to
and
me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
What that beard do, though?
Right?
Look at that flowy fucking beard. Oh my god.
Mustache.
So he's basically like the Garleans that were here, like, trampled in the woods, and that's why they summoned me, and I'm just like, well, the Gridanians want peace, and he's like, I don't give a shit. Humans are humans. Like, fuck all humans.
Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
I would very much like to not have to kill you. Do not make me kill you. I gave you back
Well,
your
there
Jolly
is the
Rancher.
crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Okay, bye.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
That's cool.
So, the thunderstorm that happened a couple days ago, we were like, man, Rama's
Urianger,
pissed.
Rama is
it is rare indeed to find you so far from at home.
Ooh.
Yep. Alright, fine. Fuck.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Take off my goggles and put on
I must
different
beg thine
goggles.
aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe
Bring my
the
camera.
Yeah.
Please.
Take my camera.
I'm a big fucking fanboy for Rama.
I'm
Please.
a big
take my
fan.
camera.
It sounds like they're about to take a picture from an old camera to me.
Yeah, right?
With like the
It's
I expect like
the
the
flash.
like to come. Yeah, it's like the charging flash. Oh.
All right, and I think the next cutscene is the fight. So,
I believe it may be. So let's get to it.
clear selection, trials. The striking tree. One of your party members does not meet the requirements for this duty. Oh. Are you too low level, Rebel? I think. Let's try again. Yes, that's right. Now, this music is one of the best songs in the fucking game before Heaven's, especially before Heaven's Word or Shadowbringers.
Cool. Full party. Oh yeah. Black Shroud. Striking tree. Oh, we're fighting on top of a big stump. If you want peace, you're gonna have to wrestle me for it. Oh, here it goes. That fucking beard, though.
Now, as a tank, you need to know something.
Okay.
There's going to be these little orbs on the ground.
Yep.
Walking through one gives you a buff. That gives you like surge protection.
Okay.
You can stack that buff by moving through more orbs.
Okay.
If you get more than 3 orbs, it's a significant debuff.
Ah. Copy that.
Also,
Yep.
Around the edges here, the dark circle around the edge is water.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, somebody's in a rush.
Yep. I'm just not gonna heal them.
Thank you. That's what happens.
You might want to get those orbs.
Copy. They're all over there.
It's okay, there's gonna be more.
Okay. Zip. That's 1, 2, 3. Alright. Surge protection. Don't get another one.
Don't get another one.
Yep.
You also have 41 seconds of that.
Copy.
Don't be in that. Don't be in that.
Yep.
That was a big deal one.
That was what we call a bimdemic.
Now, switch targets to... well, you could probably keep them there, but... But we have to kill the things on the outside.
Alright. Thank you.
Like, it's a DPS check. We have to kill him faster before he does the thing. The thing you like.
That thing I like so dang much.
Get your surge protection.
Yep. There's 1, 2, 3. Surge protection. Oh, does it stop me from getting hit by that?
It stops. Oh no! Oh no!
What's up?
Big damage. Judgment. Yes, they still called it their appropriate names for things. No, surge protection is just a damage mitigation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's a tank buster that does too much damage to tanks. That he does.
Copy that. Right. I think I need to rebuff. Nope, never mind.
Nope. You took... Oh, static condensation. Now you take more damage.
Static condensation.
You take even more.
Shit.
Oh wait, the greater the stack, the fewer the hit points recovered via healing magic.
Oh my god.
So you don't... So you lost the thing, and it's just harder to heal you.
Fuck.
It's fine. This is the first time you're in here. Okay.
Okay, Heart of Battle, Storm's Eye. Like, I don't know where those buffs and debuffs are being held, but it's not anywhere I can see.
On your party menu, you can see, like, on the party list on the side.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah, as well as at the top of your screen.
Oh my god. Oh, and here, but not here though. Like, this is where I've been looking for buffs and debuffs because that's where it goes on the screen when I set up my UI. But not where the buffs that I had though. That's not where they were listed. When I had the buff, I was looking for it and I was like, oh, I guess it wore off, so I grabbed another orb. And then it was like, no, you grabbed too many. Okay.
That's why I just look at the side. I look at the side.
Yeah. Fucking. God damn it.
There you go. It's one of the best songs in the fucking game. The lyrics are a love song to thunderstorms.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I will give that person no commandments. Because...
commendation.
A commendation, because they started attacking without the tank.
Yep.
So...
Because they just wanted to get through it for their fucking daily roll.
Oh, I know, yeah, Ramuh doesn't move at all during that fight, and I actually quite like that.
Yep.
Alright, so... Going to here...
Oh, Quad is the repair guy now. Hey, Quad, repair my gear. Quad.
Okay, so that was that. What is number 3? Yeah, that's when he was done the fight. And then there's one more.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
So you didn't have to kill him.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Whoosha! Sup?
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
But I didn't kill him, though. Did I? No.
Oh, maybe.
Because he was just fight
the
me,
thing
though.
is you can't really kill these guys outright because their aether just disperses and then they could absolutely be resummoned.
Well, yeah, but I'm just
So you
like,
have
I
an
thought he
outfit-
just wanted to challenge me, but instead
Yeah.
what it seems like happened was he was like, fight me, and if you beat me, then you get to be the Guardian of the Woods in my stead. I think. Like, I don't... And this guy's like, oh, you killed him, and I'm just like, no, but I thought it
didn't,
was
though.
just a challenge.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay. Yeah, no pressure or anything. And there's the last of that. Yeah, we could do like one more set of cutscenes. So he's like, I'm gonna go check on my fucking research. After hearing the account of your battle with Ramuh, the Serpent Lieutenant urges you to make your report directly to Cani Senna. Return to Gridania and speak with the Silent Conjurer to gain access to the Lotus Stand.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartanel, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
This guy. What is
Look at him.
this?
Look at him. That guy.
He's
Look
got
at him.
fucking dyed tips. He's like, standing in the
Might be
background.
mud, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, look at that armor. That ain't mud.
Yeah. Jesus.
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
So they're like, there's a darkness that's coming. Oh.
What's the name of this quest?
I don't know.
What's it? It's. Oh,
If everyone is ready, let us begin.
Something about darkness.
Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'ashtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'ashtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Does everybody remember? It's going to be on the test.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, Their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
Happened yesterday. Stop it.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan.
Okay.
If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Huh.
Realistically, the thing that happened at Thancred was months
Therein
ago.
lieth the path to victory.
In the lore.
Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
No, his name is Galangier.
What?
She called him Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent,
Orangier.
but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Got it. Good vibes only. Fuck off.
Yeah, good vibes, thoughts, and prayers. I was not prepared for the birds and the Moogles talk. Oh, God. His name's Orangier. You keep calling him Archon.
It's his title. It's like people keep calling him Warden.
But his name's Orangier.
But his name's fucking... Oh, what is it?
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Aiden, that's it. Warden Aiden Severn.
The Lord of Leven has returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Leven, all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted to forge the final key. I guess this space that they're all standing in and talking is this, like, gap between dimensions where they go when their body is destroyed. So that they can resurrect. And that is the task, to which we bend our effort, every effort. Warp. Oh, La Habrea, yeah. Divine seeds were never wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. That's the door to their God, I guess.
It's either a door or an effigy of their god. Oh, but wait.
Guardian of Eorzea is what we come on to now. It's one cutscene. After thanking you once more for your timely aid, Tataru asks that you spare a moment to indulge the attention of the Doman children. Speak with Yozan and the Rising Stones. Oh! The kids are back. Everybody watched me beat up these 2 guys?
Yep.
You've bested me. I yield. Okay. Gasp! That was incredible! You beat them both at the same time! We knew you couldn't lose, Gregor. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. So 2 regular assholes, adventurers, signed up to try and beat a dude who beats gods for a living. Yeah, no, get an interview, I'm sure. Impressive as always, Gregor. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on the many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? I wish I couldn't. 'Twas the memorial service for the Battle of Cardano.
Unfortunately.
Wish I didn't, but sure. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago.
Oh, really?
The
Oh
threats
no,
were
we'd
too
miss you
many.
so much.
You go, oh, damn. It's a pity. The threats were too
So
many.
close.
The nations too self-involved and unstable. God, I wish you'd leave. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. Damn it. It was you who taught me through countless acts of bravery that what my grandsire thought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was its people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own.
Nobody cares.
I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Yeah, you're a little late to that party. Only now is he making the decision to help people. Only now. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the Scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. Vigilantes, you say? If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones.
And then he never spoke to him again because fuck that kid.
Yep. Meet me here, yeah? Yep. It never goes. Just completely blows him off.
You see him in fucking Stormblood again, he's like, what the hell?
Tell me that actually happens.
No, man.
Damn it. I think that'd be fucking awesome. You just see him like an expansion or so later, and he's just like, dude, you left me at that coffee shop for like 6 months.
You think I would have told you if that actually happened?
Oh.
No, I would have let you enjoy it to its fullest.
This is true. Alright.
You're so close to the end of this patch.
Oh.
I know. I told you at 10.
Yeah, no, I've got such a headache right now. Recruiting the realm when the cold sets in. Brave new where is it?
The last one of this patch is Brave New Companions.
Is Brave New Companions. Okay. Guardian of Eorzea, it's recruiting the realm when the cold sets in and Brave New Companions. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is just one. Alpha Node lays before you the plan to establish a realm-wide grand company.
Bloody and broken and bleeding, or the other thing?
Yeah, I was just be like, don't threaten me with a good time. Either his broken body or the other thing.
There is a place for him. There is a place for him. It's not talking.
He has a place. It's not using words. So I heard a great idea on the street. We're going to build a bigger organization. Wait, no, the twink didn't come up with that idea. Shut up. Oh, God. Testing. Okay.
What?
My mic cut out for a second.
Huh.
A realm-wide grand company. The Scion goes on to lament that though the three nations' leaders are not opposed to the idea itself, endless deliberations over its implementation have slowed progress to a crawl. In order to demonstrate the efficacy of such a company and thus encourage the leaders to come to an agreement, Alphinaud explains that he has proposed the creation of a smaller precursor organization, the Vanguard, to a future united Eorzea. The young Elizan elf requests that you join him on his journey to each of the 3 nations that you might begin scouting potential members for this trial company while he is engaged with finalizing the bureaucratic formalities. Head first to Limsa Leminsa and rendezvous with Alphinaud at Bulwark Hall.
Just play the cutscenes.
Yeah. This looks like Ul'dah. Boosh! Fuck! Crash into each other in a big ball of fire.
Gorgeous place, though.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful out here. Boot!
Tell me, General, what think you of Alphinaud's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience. Since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together.
The Ultima weapon. Yeah.
You just love that thing.
It is very cool. And it also just reminds me of all the weapons I had to fight in Final Fantasy VII and how big of a fucking deal they were back then. Like, it takes me back. And yeah, so they're
Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
She's voicing the concerns of
I
world
have trust
police.
in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them.
And yeah, it's like, this is dangerous, but remember that these people also saved our entire kingdom on like 5 occasions minimum.
That's the only reason why they're actually considering it.
Yeah, it's like, like there's otherwise this would not happen. Like, this would not be happening.
You'd be laughed out of the court.
Yeah, and it's like, yes, this is dangerous, but like, we've done so much already at this point.
As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies.
Yep.
And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? what worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
You kind of proven my point that I made, like, way back.
What?
That, like, she's not in charge of Ul'dah at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, they've clearly been saying that the whole time.
Yeah, like, I remember I brought that up, and someone was like, no, she's the Sultan, and she's in charge. And I'm like, no, she's not. She's a figurehead. She is like the Queen of England at present. Like, does not actually possess a tremendous amount of power.
She doesn't want to be a figurehead, though.
Yeah.
It is not over.
She actually wants to help her people, but shitty rich people are basically like, no, we have money, so we're actually in charge. And if I say no, then no's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, I'm short. Sounds suspiciously like the plot of Metal Gear Solid. When the cold sets in. There's 3. A staunch supporter of the frontier effort in Mordona, Lord Harukenfet.
Horschiffant.
Horschiffant?
Yep.
They just can't do it.
Hold on a
They
second.
just can't
Hold
do
on
it,
a second. I'm gonna take a fucking stance here. Hold on.
Okay, go for it.
Lord Horschiffant.
Horschiffant.
Lord Horschiffant.
Horschiffant.
See? You see? Look at this.
Uh-huh.
See that fucking face on the wall over there? See that? That's Lord Horschiffant.
Oh, it is his picture?
The best boy.
That guy?
You get his name right.
Horschiffant?
Yeah, we all love Horschiffant, don't worry.
Okay. Well, we'll see if I enjoy him as well. Eagerly shares with you what little information he has regarding the heretics and their mysterious leader, the Lady Iceheart. Reasoning that your best chance to track down the supply thieves lies in Whitebrim, and its heretic-infested environs. The garrison commander suggests that you bring the matter before Lord Drillmon. Make your way west to Whitebrim front and speak with the head of the house.
Okay, so...
Sorry,
damn it.
do you need me to stop?
Yeah.
Here, let's...
Before this happened, because there was a bunch of quests skipped. It was mostly quests of you jumping around in between the city-states, trying to get this idea of this organization off the ground.
Yeah.
You guys went to Korthis to try and get them involved, Ishgard and all them, because they are also, one of the countries that was part of the Eorzean Alliance at one point. So you're trying to convince them to become part of this thing again, but they won't. They refuse to open their gates, and they barely even know who the hell you are. So they need you to talk. They won't talk to you, but they'll talk to you if you if they will vouch for you. So you have to go around and help them with their dragon follower problems.
Okay, so these guys are the dudes in Mordona.
No. These are the guys in the Korthis Highlands.
Okay. And they're basically we don't give a shit about everything that you're doing. We don't think you're cool. So instead, we need you to kill all these dragon worshipy heretic people to prove yourself, and then we'll think about it kind of situation.
Yeah, basically. But Horschiffant is hey, I know you. You're awesome. What the hell? Come on in.
Okay. Well, let's have ourselves a look. Horschiffant. What's up?
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Korthis soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Tome. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Halone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
So it's like, go deal with all these, like, dragon cultist people.
Yeah, basically.
And then shit should be good.
Yeah.
Like, if it was dragons we had to kill, we'd be more suited for this, but
Yeah,
these guys...
because there are a bunch of knights that are trained to kill dragons, but if they come up against a bear, no.
No.
No. Can't do it. It's not a dragon.
No, can't do it. It's not a dragon.
I don't know how.
I like how they even have chainmail on their ears.
Mm-hmm.
The Iceheart Queen, I imagine. Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena.
Dicasterial Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena.
Yeah, because at one point I had that memorized for a character of mine. That's a mouthful. Holy hell, such a great name.
And at that LARP that we used to go to, Shaskar played a character, that avian character, that he played Mateus, and he said that that's where he was from.
That's funny.
Yeah,
oh,
because nobody would get the reference.
Oh.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
They gotta tank that floor, and that's a bear. That ain't a floor, it's a bear.
It's a bear. Sorry, can't do it.
That bear ain't a floor, it's a bear. Yeah, okay. It's just like, I thought you might die. But you didn't.
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
Some stuff.
Fodder and stuff.
Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak?
I just like saw her
Of
in
all
the
the
distance.
highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority. and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Okay, so at least they're sending provisions to Revenant's Toll. Like they're like, we don't care.
They're like,
suspicious. Here, have some stuff.
We were sending some food,
oh shit, it got
then
stolen.
That shipment got stolen. Then now we know who stole it, and we'll deal with them in time. And in the meantime, we'll send you another shipment. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then at last, Slafborn informs you that the preparations for the inaugural ceremony are almost complete. He is concerned, however, that Tataru yet seems buried under a mountain of small details. Head into the Rising Stones and offer your aid to the harried receptionist. Excuse me.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea.
Oh, hey, he got some folks.
From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Crystal Braves.
We
Whether it be the Beastmen
are
and
the
their
Crystal
rivals,
Braves.
or the conflict of Eorzea, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Oh, they got like a new salute.
Yeah.
He's practicing it. Does the salute look cool?
Is it cool?
Is it cool,
guys?
Twink thinks it's cool.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not. That is Hundo P. Not your job. You couldn't lead a sandwich out of a wet paper bag.
We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
Yeah.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension.
I mean, not really. We've seen it before. Oh, sorry,
Truly?
I've seen it before.
Kryl is alive? Thank the 12.
Oh.
I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger.
So, Kryle, that's girlfriend.
My thanks.
Some
I shall contact
some
you
female
anon.
that she enjoys. I don't know.
When I
As a
learned of the
friend,
loss
at
of
least.
the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I
fear. Sorry.
Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Join hands and do what must be done to save the land. Does that mean, like, around your neck, or...? Before the Crystal Brave scene, you have to... In one of the quests before the Crystal Brave scene, you have to go around handing everyone their uniform. The uniforms are called ultramarine uniforms.
Yep.
Very cool. And they are blue.
No, they're ultramarine.
Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. You can even see the dragons in the distance.
Yep.
They really do have dragon problems.
They have dragon problems. Literal constant 1,000-year war.
Oh no, all my hopes and dreams.
Right?
The winds are uncommonly fierce this day. Dragon problems, says Stunberry. You can't call them ultramarine blue, or else the Games Workshop will sue. Yep.
Yeah.
But that is what it is. Look at this guy! Look at that hat! Look at that beard!
Look at those sleeves!
Yeah, this guy's got it on. Those are some cool looking knights.
Yeah.
Like the face armor was pretty cool.
The whole Ishgard aesthetic is the best.
And this is Ishgard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, but no one can see them.
What's the point, though? Why do that? Fun? You bored?
I think they're practicing. They're like, all right, so then that guy's gonna come in through the door. I'm gonna bang my stick on the ground like this, and you're gonna raise your halberds in two motions, so that then it makes like an archway of halberds that they have to walk down in order to get to me.
Just assume that somebody had to tell them how to do that, right?
This was not like first try, no rehearsals. Like this is the rehearsal that they're doing right now.
Yeah, but that's the last of that patch.
And that's the end of that patch. And so it does end with them being like, there's some shit going on in Ishgard, and you see like the elven priest king guy being influenced by Ascian people.
Or at least they're there.
Shit.
Yep. And if you wanna if you want some reference, there's probably one more, maybe two more streams of this before you start playing.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's it. Oh.
Yeah, and then we'll be in. Like, cause we made this much progress in one go. If we're back at it again tomorrow, then we can like do we could finish this in 2 streams easy.
Oh, for sure.
I think
there are 3 patches left before Heaven's Ward, and two of those patches are short.
Speaking of beards, Ishgard is rad. It is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're gonna end our stream today. Bouch.
That's what I was telling you.
All right.
The fucking music. And me and Rebel were being flirty at each other, sitting there the whole time.
But of course. All right. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, sorry, I just enjoy
quad dancing on the table.
I just enjoy the music, sorry.
I do as well. It's very good music.
It's good music.
Even
sorry,
Quad
did you want
enjoys
me-
the music. Look at him.
Do you want me to turn around?
He's dancing. Oh yeah, no, just. Ooh.
Right?
Ooh. My God. And the story is picking up again. Yeah. Like, it's a lot of talking and politics, but that's Final Fantasy pretty much. And I don't hate it, so...
Right? If you like Game of Thrones...
Yeah, it's very
like
much
The
like...
Witcher.
If you like Game of Thrones kind of stuff, then this is up your alley.
Enjoy Heaven's Ward, because Heaven's Ward doubles down on it.
Oh... It's one of those, like, I like the amount of cheese on this sandwich, and they're like, do you like cheese? And I'm like,
No,
like,
nah, it's
don't
interesting.
overdo
It's
it.
fun. You're actually involved in it, that kind of stuff. It's not just political powers fighting amongst themselves.
Like, I like the
It's
amount
like-
of sauce on this sandwich. Please don't double the amount of sauce on the sandwich. You will make a mess.
Oh, it's double in the sauce, but at least it's like 2 different kinds of sauce, and like, you ordered that? You ordered double sauce?
And you ordered the double sauce, so get ready.
Get ready. It's gonna be double sauce, but you're gonna like it. Like you said, all your hopes and dreams. Oh, no.
Hopes and dreams, baby. All right, so that's going to be the end of our stream for today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank everybody for coming on out and watching us get through this and catch up. But until next time, my bravest of citizens, I love the ab window on that armor.
Right?
I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terwat. This is our Lair 4.0. We are joined by Spooty Boots, helping me out with all this lore. My
This is usually
Christ.
the color of that armor.
It's still very cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's very neat.
Gotta have that
and
window.
we will see you again tomorrow on our next live stream, as we've been doing it. End of line.